Oyo State. The time has come for us to make a choice again. A choice for you, for me. A choice for our children. Who is our choice? Our choice is the God-sent man, GSM. One more time.
Well, when we came in, we evaluated what we met on ground. Of course, we noticed some gaps, and so we tried to fill those gaps. For instance, when we came in, there was already Operation Bust, but the morale was at the lowest level. Also, communication, was haphazard. They were using mobile telephone, to communicate with themselves. Also, they were not having enough vehicles, serviceable vehicles. Also, intercommunication, between the agencies, the security agencies, like collaboration was difficult because police were unable to talk to civil defense. Civil defense were unable to talk to Operation Bust, the army. So SRS also was in operation, but moribund. Not a single vehicle with SRS. So within our first 100 days in office, we purchased 100 vehicles. We relaunched SRS. As of now, we've installed communication equipment for them, and that's a platform that all the agencies are able to, to utilize to communicate. For instance, from Ibadan here, the police can talk to their colleagues, in Ogbomoso or Okeogun, and so that has been done. Also, the 615 number, we operationalize it, and so the citizens are able to, in case of emergency, they're able to call the law enforcement agent. So the vehicles we gave to SRS, to some of the security agencies, they've been all over the place. So people around the state can actually feel the presence of the security agencies. And I believe we improved significantly collaboration between our security agencies, both the federal and the state. And finally, I cannot imagine Oyo State now without Amotekun. Amotekun, yes, you say it's an initiative of the southwestern states, the 6 states in the southwest, but only 5 have actually operationalized Amotekun as we speak right now. And out of the 5, in fact, out of the states in the southwest, Oyo State happens to be the only PDP state. People will think, okay, but you can play politics with this and don't flow with the rest of the region. But we said, no, this is about our people. So we operationalize Amotekun jointly. But the interesting thing is we recruited more people, more personnel into Amotekun in Oyo State. We started with 1,500 personnel. When you take all the 4 other states together, they still don't have up to that number. And recently, we are just concluding the process to recruit additional 500 personnel into the Amotekun Corps. Even welfare, you can check it out. Amotekun in Oyo State, is earning more than their colleagues in other states in the region. I think the best we've seen is 2/3 of what we're paying our own Amotekun here. So we've seen increased dedication, from the Corps, and they are all over the nooks and crannies of the state. We purchased motorcycles for them so they can go into the very rough terrain, in the state. And don't also forget that Oyo State is a very large state. It is the largest state by landmass in the southern part of the country. It's even slightly bigger than all the states in the southeast put together. So the challenges for us is enormous, to secure that big expanse of land. And we also have an international border with the Republic of Benin. So that has fueled criminalities and quite a number of foreigners, coming in here. So because of the integrated nature of our security architecture, the Nigerian Immigration Service, Oyo State Command, we're fully integrated into what we're doing, and that has assisted a lot in knowing the people around the mining sites, and also foreigners, coming in here. So by and large, I think we've done well security-wise. You also noticed that before we came in, farmer headers clashes was almost a daily occurrence. And in the Ibarapa axis of the states, quite a number of our farmers, were having difficulties, going to their farm, up to the extent that, I believe in 2020, they killed a prominent individual, Dr. Aborode, in Ibarapa axis. But between then and now, we've deployed resources. We've also step up some of the activities of the security agencies, clearance operations here and there on a regular basis. If you take Oyo National Park also in, that's a big expanse of a forest extending even almost into Niger State. So when they put pressure on bandits within Kwara and Niger State, they tend to filter into here. And we have been clearing them on a regular basis. There are a few things that we may not even be able to disclose on camera as far as security is concerned, but Oyo State is adjudged to be stable in terms of security compared to most states in Nigeria. Issues must not be muddled up. Are we talking about the park management system, as an initiative, or the issue of NURTW? Because usually, when a new government comes in, NURTW also, they change their own government because they're usually loyal to the government of the day. And when we came in, that was the very first time that there was a change of guard at NURTW with no bloodshed. No bloodshed. And then we looked at the NURTW. We couldn't see the value that the national union, the leadership of the union at the national level, the value they are adding to Oyo State. So it's like most other things that we've provided solutions to. We look at the problem, we try to localize it, and we try to apply our own local solution to this. So would they have felt better if auxiliary is the chairman of NURCW as opposed to PMS? PMS is local, and if we did not get it right, why are other states copying it? So I think PMS has allowed us, to engage these people closely. That is one. Then two, because you want to reform them. You want a situation where there's a departure from the past, and there's no way you will get a different result if you keep on repeating the same or going through the same process. If you go to since we came in 2019, how many clashes have you had between the PMS people, and go to previous administration regularly? NURCW, they will have factions, even those the people that we met there, Ejiogbe, they were NURCW. When I was campaigning in 2019 at Ojo, they shot at me that year. So they were the ones that initially they were threatening they would do this and do that and all of that. But after seeing, most of the reforms that we introduced into the park management system, at least 3/4 of them have moved over to join the PMS. And the remaining ones, I know they will join. And then it's an opportunity for us to entrench our local solution, as we move forward, and reform as many of them as possible. And I think we're winning in that direction as well. Well, insecurity, we've reduced to the barest minimum the security threat in Oyo State. There's been very significant improvement in terms of people being able to sleep with their two eyes closed. I've hosted a number of conferences here. I've hosted from the National Institute for Security Studies, NISS. We've hosted a syndicate from the NIPS, that's the Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies. We've hosted a syndicate from the National Defense College, and they've all attested to very improved security architecture in Oyo State. And for the ordinary people on the streets, I think we've been able to give them opportunity, to focus on other things that will better their lot, rather than worrying about they being secure. Like farmers, like even in Oyo State today, every Friday you hardly have hotel rooms that are empty. People are coming in here. If they feel they are going to get killed or something terrible is going to happen to them, you won't see them. So Oyo State is fast becoming the, at least in the southwest, the place to be as far as internal tourism is concerned. You know, people are coming here. That we've been able to achieve because of a safe and secure environment that we have created. And also in terms of the citizens and the residents, you know, having confidence in their government, you know, to look after them security-wise. We've been able to achieve that also. When the breach at Igangan happened, also the clashes between Hausa and Yoruba people at Shasha, I did not stay back. I went right there and took charge, you know, to bring confidence back to the people and to let the people know that we're not here to profile, to do ethnic profiling on anyone. We are only looking for the criminals, you know. Issue of kidnappings, issue of ritual killings, they've all reduced, you know, in Oyo State. And so in concrete terms, I believe even if you look at the linkage between security and the expansion of our economy, our IGR, you know, kept going up. You cannot achieve any expansion in your economy in an atmosphere of insecurity. So we have been able to deal with this. And also, don't forget that the country as a whole, you know, we're fighting insurgency in the northeast, banditry in the northwest, and farmer herders, you know, clashes in the north central, and all of those are filtering down. So for us to have been able to, you know, isolate our state and ensure that all of those things have not taken root here, it's a major achievement for us. The security control room, we've expanded. Also, we've started looking at how to secure the entry points and exit points into the state. We've done a proof of concept at Mamu, you know, all the challenges that we've seen out there. Now, moving forward, you know, we want to ensure that all those challenges we address, so that when we now have this throughout the state, then we can confidently say, okay, these are the people coming in, these are the people going out. And if we want to lock down the entire state, we can do it, you know, with just the press of a button. So we think the next 4 years will give us the opportunity to also expand, you know, on what we've done. If you also look at when we came in, Oyo State had only one Mopol squadron. Of course, we got the one at Aguare. We've gotten approval for one to be set up in Oyo. My target is Oyo State with its landmass. We should be talking about maybe 5-6 mobile police squadron. So we should, over the next 4 years, be expanding, you know, on that. And Amotekun as well. We're recruiting 500 additional personnel. That has deepened community policing for us, because these are people recruited at their local level, and they know everywhere. So we want to deepen their operation in terms of intelligence gathering and working more closely, you know, with the other federal security agencies. So that we think we also can do in the next 4 years.